Hello and welcome, guys. This is Ari Maccabee. Tonight we're here to talk about Brank, what it is, why it could benefit you, and so on and so forth. But before we jump into it, I want to bring Daniel out for a second because Daniel is the guy that actually came up with the entire idea of Brank. And there's a reason he came up with it. And it's a reason that I attached my name to this project that I wanted to be part of it. So Daniel, why don't you do us a favor? Come on out. Tell people why you actually started Brank real quick.
Thank you, Ari. That's a nice introduction. So, me being in the trading world, there's a lot of people around me that are very close to what I do and how I do it, whether they're from my contracts that I've been on or family members. You see, I came up with a bit of a problem though. See, none of them wanted to spend any money. None of them wanted to spend any money to put into Binance and learn how to trade in that way. So they all kind of shied away from it. They all thought, nah, I don't want to do that anymore, you know? So, I stepped back, you know, coming from a solutions architect background, I had to come up with a solution because this is what I do for businesses. I fix their problems, you know, I come up with real world solutions to problems. So I built Brank. I built Brank so they can trade with simulated funds. It wasn't called Brank then. It's been called Brank in the last 9 months or 12 months now, but it wasn't called Brank prior to that. It was mainly just an application on a shelf that they were using. So they use simulated funds, they learned how to trade. And then I got feedback saying, oh, Dan, I'm a better trader than you. I thought, what? How can you be a better trader than me? That's crazy. I taught you how to trade. You know, I showed them the graphs, I showed them the RSIs, I explained to them how everything works. Then I thought, okay, I've got to take this a bit further. We built tournaments. Now, this is where they could really play against me, you know. When you're playing against someone in tournaments, this is where it gets fun because depending on how the market is riding, whether it's a bull market, a bearish market, a sideways market, all depends on what coins you use. All depends on how you play that game. Those will bring out the different types of winners, you know? And that's what the challenge was. That was the challenge that they had against me when they realized that that was the case. So tournaments is the cherry on top in this whole application, you know? They were able to learn to trade in a realistic environment for free, you know, 0 costs. And they had fun in doing it. You know, once they started playing tournaments, it was a whole new world, you know, and then we kind of thought, okay, let's invite a few people. And then we invited a few of our other friends, our closer friends, and they enjoyed it. They loved it. And then, I mean, she's not here right now. I don't think she is anyway.
No, Tina's not here.
I had a really good friend, Tina. Tina is just amazing. Tina, I'm quite close with Tina. We've done a lot of discussions in the past about projects that I build and stuff. You know, you guys must have seen her inside the messenger groups and stuff. She's amazing. I reached out to her and I said to her, hey, Tina, look, I know you know a lot of people in the crypto space. You know, a lot of influencers, a lot of marketeers, a lot of people in different areas of the globe that know how to do different things. How can we make this happen? How can we bring this out to the masses? How can we bring this out to people? Guess who I met? I met up with Ari through Tina. And Ari, you know, it's phenomenal, you know. I can't even justify how amazing it's been ever since Ari's been involved, you know. We've built the credit structure, the token structure, we've built the whole kind of 2-tier structure behind it, which was originally a 7 level, which we got rid of. It's grown literally 100 times over. So, Ari, appreciate that. I'm going to pass it back over to you.
I appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, man.
All right, so guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to walk you through a quick presentation. Now, let me just say this before we actually get into the presentation. This is actually the first time I've seen it too. This is something we put together temporarily while we're actually working on a bigger and better presentation. So let's talk about the history of Brink. Obviously, Daniel already covered a little bit. You know, he had some friends and family, you know, and everything, by the way, is written in British English. Now, I say learn, they say learn. So, but, you know, as his friends and family basically came around to him, you know, because he was trading cryptocurrencies, he wanted to teach them how to trade crypto risk-free because they didn't want to waste their money, you know, by going out and attempting to trade without any knowledge. They wanted to actually learn how to trade. So Daniel created this very unique way to actually learn how to trade. And that basically is to play a tournament and then to learn as you're going through it And in the process, you can actually win credits, which actually you can cash out into USDC, which we're going to talk about as we go through this, okay? The next step, guys, is, let's see if I can get this thing to go. Okay, there we go. So this we're going to talk about today. You're going to talk about how you can consistently generate an income from home without the stress of risking real money. We're also going to talk about how you can work with a team of experienced traders to replicate their strategies and maximize your growth. And the last and final thing, guys, is we're going to talk about how you can enjoy a delightful learning process and be rewarded with real crypto, okay? So why digital assets? First off, or why trade digital assets? First off, you got to realize Bitcoin itself has been the #1 income producing asset for 12 years in a row, okay? Bitcoin and digital assets traditionally outperform all other available assets on the market and tend to appreciate in value year after year, okay? Then you have the financial sovereignty, which basically being a trader allows you to have complete control of your cryptocurrency at all times. So when you're in the world of crypto, you have no limits. It's borderless, censorship resistant, fully decentralized, allows you basically to control your money and basically become your own bank. The other thing that you'll like about it is time and location freedom. You can literally work from anywhere in the world as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, and you can work around the clock, 24/7, 365, because crypto never sleeps. Now, guys, I am the living testimony of that. I'm American who lives in the Philippines. Okay, the past 6 months, guys, these are some numbers you guys pay attention to. Bitcoin has actually done 540% on its value. So that means it's increased 540%. And if you've been watching Bitcoin, you know what that means, because Bitcoin was around $8,000 to $10,000, jumped up to 11. Today we're around $58,000, $59,000. Okay, Ethereum, another one, 480% increase in the past 6 months. And Theta's had 1,290% increase. Now, if you had bought these, like imagine, guys, if you had bought even $1 worth of Bitcoin, it would now be worth $540. If you had bought $1 worth of Ethereum, it'd now be worth $480. If you bought Theta at $1, you'd be at $1,290. Now do the math. 10 can easily become 5,400, or so on and so forth, guys. The numbers can drastically increase. Okay, the amount of money you can earn from crypto, guys, is massive. Okay, I want you to know that right now. So this is the cool part about Brank. Okay, well, you can basically go out and try to trade on your own. Obviously that's going to give you a bombardment of information. And guys, I got news for you. You can't eat a pizza in one bite. You have to eat it a slice at a time. So a lot of times people feel overwhelmed when they're trying to learn how to trade because there's so much information out there and you really don't know what to do. So that's why at Brink, we actually have somebody that will help you do all of these things. The other thing is when you're learning to trade on your own, you don't really know where to start because there's so much information. You don't know if the egg comes before the person. You don't know if A comes before B, but that's why the instructors are there. They can teach you all of these things. And unfortunately, there's an industry full of misinformation and ineffective strategies out there. And you could get suckered into using one of those and end up losing thousands of dollars, and we don't want to see that happen. The other side of it is there are thousands of different coins to choose from. Now, guys, I don't know if you've ever been grocery shopping and you're looking for something specific. Like let's just say the wife says, "Hey, give me a bag of chips." You go to the grocery store. Well, how many different bags of chips are on the shelf? That's confusing. If you don't know what she likes, it's very confusing. And same thing applies to crypto because today you have so many different coins on the market. And it's really hard to understand which coins are really good to choose to trade and which ones are not. And if you don't understand, the values behind that, you can make a bad decision, get stuck in a trade for a long time and lose a lot of money. With Brink, though, here's what you need. You can actually trade with a team. You have people who already have results that you're looking for. It's a fun and safe environment because you're playing again with simulated money. And it's a community full of like-minded people, which are going to give you proven strategy with step-by-step instruction. Okay. The other side here is with Brink, actually, let's talk about who's really involved in the company at this point. So, Daniel obviously was the founder. He brought me on to help with the marketing stuff. Then we brought Nick on to help with the support, and we brought Corey Gardner in actually to help with the trading. Corey's awesome at what he does, and he's got a full-blown course. He's got a lot of different stuff we're actually going to be bringing to Brank. So you guys are going to be able to learn more about that in the coming months. But what is Brink? Brink is basically the trading process, I should say, inside Brink is simple and easy to understand. You're able to play and learn simply by trading with simulated funds in a realistic setting, just like trading on an actual exchange. To understand why we do this, I'm going to ask a couple of quick questions. Have you ever met somebody that was able to learn how to ride a bike simply by reading a book? We both know the answer is no. You actually have to do it. The same thing applies, guys, to learning how to dance. Nobody can learn how to dance by reading a book because you can't feel the rhythm to the beat by reading a book. You have to get out on the floor and you have to practice and get good at it. And that's why we do it just the opposite. We don't teach first, we play first, and we teach as we play. It's much more fun that way. And you actually are in a real world setting, so you're actually picking things up very quickly. You know, we know all about how difficult it is to learn how to read or learn something just by reading a book about, you know, about what this subject is. It's impossible to learn how to ride a bike without being on a bike, or impossible how to dance without dancing. The same applies to trading. We create Brink to create a risk-free environment where people can learn how to trade without the worry of loss of money. Because remember, you're playing in simulated funds, okay? That's the beauty of it. So what can you do on Brink? At Brink, you can play tournaments and learn how to trade while you earn. You can, we provide you with a platform that can do everything, which can guarantee your experience with Brink is always the best. And guys, let me just clarify. The experience you're going to experience on Brink is going to be a lot like trading on Binance, because we actually use Binance's algorithms. We use all of their numbers. We use all of those things. So it makes it easy, guys. If you actually notice right here, it's got learning to trade, reading graphs, tournaments, join a team, and earn. This is the whole process, guys, as you really get into it. But we take this to we take the whole concept of learning from Brink. We'll open an entire new era. It's something very unique because nobody else has ever done it this way before. So from reading graphs to understanding trends and cycles that crypto moves in, playing tournaments, it gives you the ability to learn and earn at the same time. Getting involved in a community allows you to share your ideas about how you're either currently trading or how they have traded as the tournament's ended. When you are in Brink, you have the ability to use Discord and join a community. Like our whole platform, we actually have Discord, you know, all of our members, everything integrated. You can communicate back and forth. You can ask questions. It's pretty beautiful how that all works. And then the community is driven by ambassadors, people who will be driven to ensure your success, okay? An ambassador can really be anybody. It's not just somebody that's an owner, guys. You know, Robert Burns would probably end up stepping up being an ambassador because he loves this. And he's seeing, you know, the people that come in, they stick here. And that's what's beautiful about Brink. So the team that you guys join will provide emphasis on how you can be successful in earning on Brink, both as an affiliate or in playing tournaments. So this is how simple it is, guys, to get started, okay? Oops, let me get back here. I love when my mouse likes to do that. You're going to get the link from the person who invited you here. You're going to register. You're going to access the learning portfolio to make the first trade. You can join a newbies live tournament for 1 token, and you can purchase more tokens to play in more tournaments. You can earn credits for winning in tournaments, and then you can withdraw those credits in USDC, or you can use them to buy more tokens as well. So it's all the way built around the right thing. Gets everyone involved, okay? We actually give everybody a free token when they join because we want you to experience it before you really spend your money. That's really a nice thing, guys. I mean, look, you know, I don't know how many things people have joined in the past that they get inside and they think, oh, this is not for me, but they've already put money in. And now all of a sudden they're stuck. We didn't want that. We wanted people to get in, to take a test drive, to see how it all worked, because we know when you try it, you're going to enjoy it. That's why we did it this way, okay? The other side of it is, guys, when you want to play in tournaments, you can buy tokens from as little as $6.50. That'll get you involved in the learning and the earning credits. You can buy into tournaments, and if you win, basically meaning you're one of the first 3 prizes, or actually first 11 places, I should say, 1 to 11th place now. You also can join this Discord, so you can actually keep the topic open and you can have discussions there. Very good model, guys, how this is really set up. The credit to USDT exchange, you can exchange them right on our platform and cash out. It's very, very simple. I'm not going to walk you through the whole slide because that's really what it is. It's that simple, guys, on the platform. And this is some of the content you're going to see inside. So let me do this. I'm going to stop sharing this part real quick. And Daniel, if you don't mind, I'd like you to come out and take people on a journey through Brink in the back office.
It's not a problem at all. Not a problem. Just bear with me while I log in.
And sorry, guys, I get a little tongue-tied in the presentation because, again, that's just a brand new presentation. You know, we'll smooth it out over the next couple of weeks, and I'm sure we're going to add a lot more content to it. But the best is yet to come, guys, because you haven't seen what Daniel and I have been working on in the background.
Ari,
Yep.
I would say you killed it, considering that's the first time you've seen that.
Yeah,
slide,
I mean, literally, I got
so I would have been stumbling all over. You did really good.
So
You did amazing.
appreciate it, guys.
I've got a feeling he saw the next slide before he finished the other one. That's what I think he's doing.
No, man, it's hard. I'm sharing the screen at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the website. We've got several slides here that talk about what Brank is. You know, playing with simulated funds, zero cost, zero risk. This is using the Learn portfolio. The Learn portfolio is free for everyone to use. We don't charge anyone to use that. So someone can even just join the platform and use it for free. It doesn't matter. You know, they can join the free tournaments and they can use that one token to play in the newbies tournament. They can get involved. In doing that, they can go buy more tokens and get involved even further. When you're in Brank, you're learning from both beginners and seasoned traders. Now, the reason I'm also saying beginners here in the learn process is because when we explain something like the MACD or the RSI or something, people understand that in different ways. And from a newbie's perspective, they will be able to translate that to other people in a way that they know they'll be able to understand it. So this is pretty cool. This is why it's so powerful to have a community system behind Brank. And then lastly, you got the earning credits by getting podium finishes. We distribute credits up to 11th place based on the current tournament formats. We will be introducing other tournament formats as the user base grows. So I'll tell you more about that when we get there. The withdrawal process is in USDC. So I'm going to walk you through that as I go through the application after I've logged in. So let me log in. Let me get into the platform. Now, the first thing you see when you log in are tournaments. Okay, these are all tournaments that you can join. The average price at the moment is 2 tokens. We have a Crypto Jules birthday bash. Wow, 10 tokens. We're gonna have to get into that. Is he even here? He's not here.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, he is. Oh, he is here. There he is. Okay. Yeah, this dashboard, it does at first look confusing to look at, but once you dig into it, it's extremely simple. If everyone's aware of things like Twitch and everything, which I think Deanna might be, it's a very, very simple platform to use based on that. What we have at the top here is, I like to call it my badge almost. It tells me my lifetime earnings. It tells me my available payout that I have. It tells me my token holdings. And it tells me the value of the credits I currently hold. So my 836 credits is currently valued at 234, which is pretty cool. That doesn't include the ones I've withdrawn, which is where the other amounts come from there. Tokens played over 12 months, or tokens bought over 12 months, which is what this is. Tournaments played over 12 months, and then the lifetime earnings. So lifetime earnings is from when I created my account to now. The very bottom here, we've got credit value. Now, this is the really awesome bit. So a lot of questions I get is, why have we got credits for? Well, think about it, right? When you go to an arcade, when you play in an arcade, you get tokens, right? And then you go to a machine and you play these tokens in a machine. What do you get coming out of the machine? Little tiny red tickets. These little red tickets are the credits on Brank. How awesome is that? So not only are you playing in tournaments, you're actually earning credits while doing it. And you're able to gain, at the moment, 28 cents on each of these credits. As these tokens are played in the system, there are currently 4,736 left to play. and the value would go up to 30 cents. And then after that, the value would go up even further, and it'll just keep going up and up based on an algorithm. So this is pretty cool. This is what you need to do. You need to play as much as possible. You need to gain as much as possible, because these credits, when they go up, they're not coming back down again. This is a one-time thing, Matt. So that's pretty cool. Let me take you into a tournament. At the moment, we have a free run tournament. Now, these are free for anyone to join. Anyone can join these, whether you've bought tokens or not bought tokens, it doesn't matter. At the top here, we've got rules about wash trading, rules about putting your one token into it if it was a token, and the profit and loss to generate while playing in the game. You can see the leaderboard of everyone playing on the platform. So we have, how many? 18 people in here. And you've got 2 at the bottom there that are not made a trade yet. At the top, we have Heidi at the top, 160. Wow. I don't think I've reached that high before. Well done, Heidi. I know you're in here somewhere. And then we've got Crypto Jules at 146. Hey, that's pretty impressive. From a newbie perspective, that's pretty impressive. This is why I love doing these free tournaments, you know. It gets everyone involved, you know. It gets everyone buzzing. It gets everyone playing, regardless. We've got 2 days left on this. 2 days and 6 hours. Do you reckon these guys will hit 200,000? There's a good possibility that could happen. We'll see. Okay, let's take you back to ones that can make credits. Now I'm going to the past tournaments because these are the ones that have finished. Now there's 2 different versions of tournaments that we're currently playing at the moment. If I take you onto the trading fleet, I'm going to take you onto this tournament first. Now this tournament is a 5 token tournament. It's a 5 token buy-in, 6 subscribers, and the reward pool is 71 credits. When a tournament ends, we tell people the tokens that are played. Why do we do that? Well, because it explains to people what people traded in order to win. We're learning from each other. You know, people explain their strategies of how they won, how they became the top player. So we've got Blair Henson at the top here, 105. Blair Henson came first, so he got 29.58 credits on this. That's incredible. Just imagine if that was a 10 token tournament, you know, get double that. It's pretty awesome. Then you got Corey at 22. We've got Anthony at 9. Then we've got Carl at 6. And it goes right down to 11th place. And obviously, the more people playing, the more rewarding it becomes for the people down the bottom, which is pretty awesome. Let's go back now. Let's just cross this one off. Let's go back and let's go into the Friday prime times. Now, the reason I'm showing you this one is because this has a slightly different format. Okay, now this one has 2. No one's playing the 10 token, clearly. We have a 5 token and we have a 10 token. These play side by side. I'm actually going to go back. Let me go back and let me find one that has a bit more information. Bear with me for a second. Here we go. Okay, so we got 4 people in the 5 token, and we've got 2 people in the 10 token. There's only 2 people here, and it's already 50 credits. And this is 48 credits with 4 people in it, you know? So this is why it's important to kind of have the varying numbers, because different people want to risk different amounts of money when playing these tournaments, you know? So this gives them the opportunity to play both of them at the same time, which is pretty awesome. And just like any other tournament, we give them the coins that are played in these Friday primetime tournaments. Friday prime times are an hour long. So after an hour, we will talk about who the winners are and their strategies. We've played hundreds of tournaments, hundreds and hundreds of tournaments. I'm not going to bore you through the whole lot. Let's talk about tokens, buying tokens. You can buy tokens from $6.50. So this is pretty awesome. So everyone can get involved, absolutely everyone. $6.50 for 5 tokens, that can take you into 5 newbie tournaments. That's pretty cool. Or you can buy 500 tokens at $6.50. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So we currently have MetaMask tied into Brank. You can use your own wallets to buy into these packages. The payments do come through with Ethereum and not credit card at current. However, you can go in and buy your crypto using MetaMask, which I can walk you through separately later on. You can convert credits to tokens. So a lot of people on here are playing some interesting tournaments. They're making a lot of credits, and you can take those and you can convert them back into tokens. That saves you having to go buy Ethereum. So if I want to convert 100 of them, I get 21 tokens. It's perfect. And you can also withdrawing out into USDC. Okay, so I've had a lot of questions around this. The questions mainly are around why USDC? Well, think about it, right? When you want to withdraw money out of a system, if you withdraw $1,000, you want to receive $1,000, right? You know, you don't want to receive Ethereum, which is what it was originally designed on, and then find out that Ethereum's dropped 10%. You can't afford to lose that money, you know? We don't want anyone losing that money. So when we withdraw funds into your Ethereum wallet, we want to make sure that you receive the exact value that you're withdrawing. That's extremely important to us as a business that happens. In doing so, we give you control of your funds. You can then go to Uniswap or any kind of decentralized exchange and convert those into whatever coin you want, which is pretty cool. So you control your money and we just give you the dollars out of Brank, which is awesome. So as it currently stands, you can run entire full cycle of the system by buying tokens, playing in tournaments, learning how to trade, and withdrawing out the credits, which is awesome. I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, actually, I'm going to walk you through the rewards dashboard. So those of you who are affiliates and you are able to introduce this to your friends and family and colleagues and bring people in, this rewards dashboard is where you want to be. So my level 1 here, you can see that I've already claimed 32 credits. On my level 2, I've not claimed anything yet for March. Level 2 can only be claimed after playing 49 tokens. Okay, now these are tokens that you play yourself or your downline plays for you. So this is your encouragement to spread the word, join the community, get people learning in the platform and playing in the platform. It's pretty cool, which is pretty cool. When someone in your direct referrals plays, they will only equate for 7 of these boxes. So you need at least 7 people playing 7 tokens maximum. So if they're playing a 100 token tournament, it'll only equate for 7 boxes or 7 tokens out of that 49. And this is to encourage more play and to prevent it turning into a pyramid, which is vital for us and for yourself. We have a referrals dashboard. So your earn dashboard will represent all your earnings the same way you saw it on the main dashboard. It tells you your total referrals. It tells you your personal referrals and your partner referrals. I'm going to start to integrate things like how many tokens are spent on your downline over a period of time. I'm going to add in the number of tournaments played by your downline over a period of time. And this is important because it gives you exposure as to how active the people are underneath you. Down here is a list of people that have signed up underneath me and have started to use the platform. if I go into my referrals, I'm able to see the two different levels that I have. So my level 1 has 94 and my level 2 has 51, which is pretty cool, which is awesome. Now, last but not least, the Learn portfolio. Now, this is the interesting one. This is where people are learning how to trade. This is where you can not only learn, but you can run signals in here. So anyone who's familiar with Telegram and all these different sorts of media, you get all these trade signals coming through. How do you know if they're credible or not? You'd never know, right? You'd never know if they're credible or not. Well, you can run them in here, because this is what I've done. You can run them in here and you can work out how credible these people are at giving their signals. And hey, look, literally all of them have won, except from one, FTM. I have no idea what happened to that one. 92% on BTC, 217% on ANKR. You know, I started this portfolio with 100,000. I can't go in there and edit this myself, even though it's my own portfolio and even though I built the system, because it's all encrypted. I can't go in there and look at anyone else's trades or manipulate anyone's trades because it's all encrypted. This is a really awesome system where it's got so much integrity that it's just unbelievable, you know. It's too good to be true, you know, could say that. So this tells me I've got 397,000. I am 279% above from when I started. I start with $100,000 on this. I have 6.39 Bitcoins. I've won 52 trades. I've lost 22, sadly. You know, you can't always win, right? You know, no matter how good you are, you can't always win. So this is pretty cool, you know. I can go into the trade room. Now, this is the exact same trade room as you would see if you're playing a tournament. You have your graph, you have your indicators, and you have all your coins listed on the side here. Now, if you look really carefully, you can actually see these coins fluctuating in real time. And they all move around one at a time. There's quite a lot of coins on here, to be honest, to kind of look at them all together. What we have in the middle here is a watch list. This watch list is based on the most active coins at the top, which is why a lot of these have some interesting percentages. 61% STMX. NPXS is 51. And you've got 19 on TRX. Hey, these coins are doing pretty good. Should have bought in some of these. And we've provided you with tools to make sure that you're able to understand and win easily. This MACD at the bottom here is a really cool tool to use. So if you join any live tournaments, you'll get a good kind of depth view as to how this all works. What you also have is you have technical analysis down the bottom here. For those who don't like to read the MACD, which is this kind of oscillator histogram style thing going on here, you can use this thing here, which kind of indicates on a time boundary that you select as to how the coin is going to perform, which is pretty cool. Looks like Bitcoin's doing really well, right? Might just go up, who knows? I think that's everything.
Okay, Daniel,
has anyone got any questions? Have I missed anything?
I want to do this real quick. I want you to show the liquidity pool real quick. Let's explain why that's
of course
and why we have it. And then I got Gagan here, and I want to talk about the changes we already made, the changes that are coming up. And I want Gagan to show what he's doing, and I want to tell him why that's important.
Okay. Right, guys, so this is the liquidity pool. So these are all the USDC coins that we distribute out. We have to have Ethereum in there as well, sadly. I'd love to all be dollars. We need Ethereum to pay for the gas fees that we have when you guys do your withdrawals. So that's important to have that there. When we do withdrawals, they come directly out of this wallet. Yeah, go for it.
Real quick so they understand. The liquidity pool, this is why it's important. So let's say that you're holding a bunch of credits. You decide you want to go one day and you want to cash it out. You want to know if the money's there. Well, this shows you that the money's there for all of the credits that are outstanding on the platform. We keep this in the liquidity pool so you can ensure you will get paid. 100% transparent.
Yep. Yeah, this is extremely important to the business because what this creates for the business is a completely debt-free platform. Because we can afford to pay out every single credit, if everyone withdrew at the same time, we can pay that out, no problem. You know, that's important to us because if you're bringing in people into a platform, you need to know that you can withdraw. If you ran a withdrawal right now, within 20 minutes, you could get that money in your wallet. And we don't even press a button on our side. It's up to you. You get an email asking you to approve the withdrawal, and you get that withdrawal as soon as you press the approve button. And if you guys have Discord and you have the Brank bot assigned, then you'll get alerts as to the transaction hash that you have for Ethereum to tell you the transaction is coming through. And you can watch that come through, which is pretty cool. So all the withdrawals that go out can be seen here. So these are all the tests that I've done. We've had a few people test this. We've had someone else test it. And this is pretty cool, you know? We can just let this thing roll in the background and it'll just keep moving around, growing, getting smaller as people withdraw, as they use the system. It's probably one of the most transparent crypto systems out there in comparison to a lot of things. Has anyone got any questions around liquidity pools or anything?
Actually, if you guys got a question, do me a favor, type it in the chat and we'll come back to it. There are a couple questions real quick.
Okay.
Okay, Corey actually typed about tokens and credits, you know, why the value goes up and so on and so forth. That's actually, guys, part of our changes. Like there's a lot of things. Daniel, you want to stop sharing real quick?
Yep.
There's a lot of things that we've looked at. We've talked to attorneys. Like we want to have a completely compliant model, okay? Tokens are, you know, credits going up in value. It's something that, you know, our attorneys really hard looking at because when you actually win a credit, if it goes up in value, then that's like a form of a return. Something's going up. That could create an issue for us down the road. So that's something that we're kicking around. May keep it, we may not. We're not 100% sure yet, guys, but I will tell you this. What is coming is going to make everyone happy because this deal will be sustainable 100% on its own. It'll be a cash cow because look, the reality is people get in. It's kind of like going to a casino. The reality is when people go in, they play a game at the casino, they win or they lose, guess what? Doesn't matter. They go back and they play in the casino again. And this is the same type of thing. You know, like Robert Burns said it best. He came to us and he says, man, I noticed the people that sign up here and that actually play in a tournament, they're sticky. And, you know, the reality is for a marketer, that's one of the best things we like to hear because that means the people you drive in are remaining, they're staying. Once you get them involved, they're remaining. And this is the problem, guys. Like when we first launched this, you know, as many of you guys know, Daniel will tell you, I absolutely wasn't ready to launch this. I told him, we're not ready. So I put out a post, got a whole bunch of people, 300 some people signed up. And then all of a sudden, bang, they ran into a wall because we weren't ready. So I know, Gagan, are you on here tonight? I know you're still here, Gagan. So do me a favor. You can actually go down and share your screen, and I'm going to talk about what this is. So now we're changing up some things, guys, to make this easier. Because I've been in the marketing space on cost per acquisition advertising where there is no human interaction. It's completely automated. This is how I like to build because then we can go to bigger numbers. We can bring the right people in. So some of the things that we do for CPA, we've actually taken it and tweaked it a little bit for Brink. And I'm going to have Gagan come out real quick, Gagan, and just show you what we have in the works. I just want you to see what's in the works. It's not final. This part that he's about to show you right now is actually, I think, the second revision. We'll probably, you know, either do a few more tweaks or we'll be done. But guess what? You're about to see this for the first time, just like myself and Daniel are. We haven't seen this version of it ever until right now. So, Gagan, why don't you do me a favor? Come on out, unmute yourself. Yeah. Share your screen, and let's talk about what happens, and I'll kind of explain you guys the psychology and how it works and why it works.
Yeah, so I'm sharing my screen. So basically, it's not like done yet, right?
Yeah, I know it's not done, man, and that's okay, guys. You're seeing the work in progress, and this is the thing. I think that Daniel and I both like this. We like sharing what we're actually doing and working on, okay? Now, keep in mind, these things at the top, the navigation, it may not be there. It's just there for now. So this is the process. When somebody goes in and they sign up for Brank, they fill out the form and they click on the button to join, this is going to be inserted between the join button and the back office. Before you get to the dashboard, this is what's going to happen. People are going to come into the back office. They're going to see a welcome to Brink message. They're going to see a video from Daniel, basically welcome to Brink, and maybe me and Daniel. And then over here, they'll click on next step. Go ahead and click that. And then you'll have another video right here where this girl is. There'll be another video that'll actually show you how everything works and walks you through the dashboard and shows you how beautiful everything is and so on and so forth. And then you'll click next step again, and it'll actually bring you to the next one, which is the tournaments page. And where this trophy is, there'll be another video, and it'll talk to you about the tournaments. It'll tell you how it all works. It'll show you how to do it all, and it'll allow you to register for a free tournament. This is the only time you'll actually be able to do this. You'll register for a free tournament. Right on this spot, you'll get a little pop-up that'll actually be the registration to the tournament. Then you'll click next step. It'll go on down. And now it talks about tokens and credits, and there'll be a video explaining all of those things and what the difference is between them, where the chips are now. The chips won't be staying. Then they'll click on this little button that says buy tokens. And again, you'll have a little pop-up where they can actually buy the tokens right there before they're even in the back office. Then they click next step again. And then this process actually is where they start to share it. Now, we'll have a pre-written post for you. So once somebody goes through the sign-up process, when they click on share, there'll be a little button there that says share. It'll have a little pop-up, and they'll basically share it to their Facebook wall. And basically what it will say is, I just joined Brank and I'm about to play in a crypto tournament for trading, a crypto trading tournament for free. Sign up and come play with me. And, sign up and come play with me. It's fun or something like that. And so that'll post to their Facebook, and it'll have their link, and they sign up. It'll help this deal go viral, guys. Number one, by having these posts constantly happen. And then your next step video, right there will come down. There'll be another one. This is where you'll contact your sponsor. Now in this one, you'll actually have a little button over here that'll basically have a message to the sponsor, because it will record the fact that you registered in the tournament, what the name of it is, record how many tokens you bought. It'll actually send all of that information as far as their contact details to the sponsor, so the sponsor knows how to reach your Facebook and so on and so forth. Plus here, and where this guy is, you'll actually have the sponsor's name, you'll have the sponsor's Facebook URL, you'll have their email address, and in some cases you may have a phone number there, guys, where you can contact them directly to let them know you're ready to go. This is the best type of lead for us, because they've already done everything. They've already signed up. They've already registered for a tournament. They're ready and raring to go, and they're saying, here I am. And that's why this part's so important. So now on the next one, you'll hit go to the dashboard, and that will actually take you into the dashboard. Now, Gagan, go ahead.
Ari, can we get Gagan to mute himself, because there's so much background noise from his side?
Yeah, Gagan, go ahead and mute yourself.
Sorry, bro.
And you can actually stop sharing now, Gagan, and we'll talk about this after with me, you, and Daniel, so you don't even need to stay right now. Okay, so the next thing is, Daniel, why don't you do me a favor and share your screen and show them that new dashboard page. Now, some of you guys have seen this. Some of you haven't. We have one little tweak of changes to it, but that'll happen when he makes it live. And then we're going to be doing all of this functionality and this look to the entire back office, which I think you guys are going to love, because it's got a lot more eye appeal and it's a lot easier to navigate.
Okay, bear with me. I've just got to find it. So feel free to talk between yourself,
Yeah, no worries, man. But like, as Daniel said, guys, look, we had a 7-level comp. One of the things that we're going to change that to is we're going to go to a comp plan that's only 2 levels. So the front level is very heavy, meaning you're going to earn big money on that front level. And then your second level is going to be a little bit lighter. But then you're also going to have some other types of things that we're going to integrate in here to make this more competitive and more fun, where we'll have a leaderboard. The leaderboard will be one for sponsoring. So whoever sponsors the most people for the month could end up winning extra money. And whoever actually sells the most tokens for the month could win even additional more money. So that's what's really unique about this. It's very cool how this thing is going to work, guys. And it's just going to get better and better and better. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we may go to like a monthly fee where we charge like $20 a month. It's going to be light fee. It will be less than $20 for sure. It will not be more, just to make the platform itself sustainable. Give Daniel like a little nest egg where he can actually stay here full time and work on this and not go do other contracts or anything else, because we want to keep him focused. We have something we think that can help everybody across the world, man. I mean, this is a beautiful opportunity, but in order for that to happen, we got to keep Daniel sitting behind the chair to get all the programming and stuff done.
I think one of the things that we've forgotten to mention was the ambassador program as well, which you guys have subscribed to.
Yep.
Do you want me to talk about that now?
Yeah, you can explain that while you find that image. That'd be perfect.
Okay, so as everyone already knows, Brank is a community-driven system. You know, it's a system that is to help everyone. And those people that have learned how to trade, they want to get involved. They've been messaging me, they've been pinging me, they've been like, Dan, I want to get involved. How can I do lives? How can I do my own tournaments, you know? So we're giving people the opportunity to get directly involved with Brank and earn money as a host. We call them ambassadors. So these guys will be hosting live tournaments publicly. So a bit like how you currently see Corey and Nick play these tournaments, they will be the ones hosting theirs, which is pretty awesome. Part of what they'll get paid would be 5% of the prize pool of that tournament. Whether it's a single tier or multiple tier tournament, they'll get paid 5% of the prize pool on that. So what that means is the more people that they have involved inside that tournament, the more money they get paid as a host, as an ambassador in that tournament. So it kind of works in favor for both people, you know, the players, because that person's explaining to them how to trade and explaining to them how the tournaments work and how the whole structure is in Brank. At the same time as making a bit of cash on the side to earn more credits. You know, the whole entire system is all about earning as many credits as possible, because you can consider credits as being Bitcoin back in 2012, you know, where you wanted to get them for 10 cents, you know, because I sure as hell would have bought a shit ton of them if I knew about that now, you know. Yeah. If I knew it was going to be 58 grand, man, I would have just been like, I'm going to buy 100 grand's worth. That's what I'm going to do. I'd probably be the richest person in the world if you did that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely would be.
People had no idea what was coming with Bitcoin.
You don't know these things, isn't it? You know, it's inevitable. So with Brank, we're going to be introducing the ambassador program to give people these extra credits. I think that's important. You know, as a future proposal, we're also going to be creating a Brank coin. And I'm currently working with Binance to have a relationship with them to do live trading in Brank as well. So the Brank coin is going to be pretty cool because at the moment you can withdraw out to USDC. With the Brank coin, it will be a DeFi coin with a liquidity pool, just like any other DeFi coin out there. It will be used to sell your credits to it. So you can sell your credits to this DeFi coin. You can buy tokens using this DeFi coin, which is so awesome. So that's going to create a very liquid kind of coin that's going to be at the back of Brank. I appreciate that there's different people in this world. There's different people that want to get into a platform and learn how to trade. There's people that want to earn as many credits as possible to maximize their profits. But then you've also got the world of DeFi, where people don't want to buy tokens or earn credits, but they'll put their money into a coin that's on Uniswap and maximize their money that way, because that's how they make money. So we're going to cater more than one market, which is going to be super awesome for Brank's growth and their position for a community as well.
You know, guys, is pretty unique about this coin. This isn't just an ordinary coin. This is actually built on Binance chain. So same coin that PNB sets on, and Binance actually is very interested in what we are doing. Like Daniel's already had a conversation with their team in the UK. They turned him on to somebody actually that could do some very big things for us at Brink, and that could be a massive, massive game changer, guys. I mean, if you can imagine what we're doing, teaching people how to trade with a fun platform. Well, where's one of the biggest exchanges where people love to trade? Brink. And now we'd be directly tied to them. That could bring a lot of members in and maybe even give us some discounted ad space where I've already told Daniel, I want to buy an ad right on Binance, because if I get an ad on Binance, I get everybody. And that's the smartest thing. So let's talk about this real quick. So this actually, if you guys notice, I want you to pay attention real quick. There's a little line you can see around the edge of these. That's actually to keep a little more separate, and obviously improve the readability of it, to make it a little easier. The one thing that we didn't like on this is this big banner at the bottom. So that banner is a slider, but it's going to shrink. It'll be about half that size. It'll slide from left to right. And instead of having one row of tournaments, we're actually going to have two. So you'll have the next 8 tournaments coming up, always showing right here. So when the first one, TradeRx, starts, it will slide off the board, and then the next 8, it'll rotate up, and it'll show you 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom, so you know which ones are coming. Everything here is much easier to read. You see your name in the top left. You see the credit value right now. If that stays, that'll stay there. If it doesn't, that'll change. You see your tokens over 12 months, your tournaments played over 12 months, your lifetime earnings, everything right here visible on the very page you log in. That to me was something that was very important. It keeps all the key components together. And this entire style will be applied to everything, including the trading platform. This little thin line does so much. Like Daniel and I designed this without the line. And then I told him, I said, you know, I think you need to add this little line. And when he added it, man, everything just became so vividly clear. And you know, the problem is, like when we set this up in the beginning, people came into the back. I mean, Daniel, do me a favor, take them to the dashboard page of Brink right now. And just compare how easy this one is to read to how it is right now. It's just night and day, guys, by how simple it is to read. Just go to the dashboard. The actual, okay. So you see how like this kind of congested, like, you know, this is all packed together and it's really hard to read everything. You know, the reality is the most tournaments, those need to be on the players page, okay? This right here is just a much cleaner layout, cleaner design. Everything is more easily separated, so you can see the little lines that do that around the borders. That really helps a lot. Makes this easier to navigate, easier to read. You know, the experience of this is going to elevate Brink overall. So that was a big plus for us to get this right. Once we got this part right, he had a few other things he had to work on in the back and get all the way done. So now the next step is to start integrating this and making those changes. So you guys will start seeing that probably what, Daniel? How long? Daniel, how long before they start seeing the changes to the new design?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I didn't know that. I'd say we're about a week out, maybe 2 weeks out. I want to get it done as soon as possible, but I need to integrate the onboarding process first, because I don't want to keep making changes to dashboards and stuff because it's going to confuse people that are newly joining us. So once we get it all done from the stuff that Gagan introduced to us earlier on the onboarding process, we'll push it all out together. And then I'm going to do a complete walkthrough with everyone to explain to them how the process works from onboarding to using.
To record. Once we get the videos done, we'll plug them into the places where they're missing
100%.
now. And then we can turn this thing on and we can go live and we can really start building. But right now, guys, like, Daniel, stop sharing for a second. Right now, guys, I want you to understand one thing. We're going to keep the tournaments hopping. Corey is doing a good job of that. Nick's doing a great job of that. Daniel's doing a great job of that with all the tournaments. But the reality is, guys, for a while, I want to focus on that, not really the recruiting. And I'm going to tell you why. Your people will be happier under the new model. They will. Okay, if you're in Brank and you're here for the long haul, I need a favor from you. This will help Daniel. Okay, everybody inside Brank has already told Daniel, you keep 100% of the profit until we can get this finished and we can get it completely launched, because we need him to give him the support. So this is my favor to ask of you guys. Okay, go in and buy some tokens. Get busy playing. Play as much as possible. Get absolutely wonderful at it, because once we turn it on and everything changes, you guys will be poised to step up and be the first ambassadors, okay? That's the beauty of this. You're in the right place at the right time. But once it's done, okay, then we can really go crazy with the recruiting side of it, and the whole experience for the new person will be so much better. So we need the people on the platform, you know, to start buying more tokens and start playing more. Get involved in the 5 and 10 token tournaments, guys. The returns on those are so much better. I mean, I want you to imagine one thing, because like when Daniel and I talked about this, my whole goal was to have 100 token tournaments with 100 players. Think about the money on that. You got 100 players, 100 tokens, somebody's winning some cake. That's crazy. Even if you had 100 players at 10 tokens or 20 tokens, somebody's winning some cake. And that's the goal. Like that's where we will go. But right now we're a really small entity, but we need to make sure that this little beast is turning over enough profit to keep Daniel sitting behind that chair. Whatever's short, I give it to him out of my pocket because I want this to go and I want it to go right. Okay, I'm not opposed to helping anybody when we have something beautiful. And Daniel, brother, hats off to you. You created something beautiful.
Thanks, man. No, I appreciate that.
You asked a question, but let me give you a little background. Okay, Daniel is a senior software analyst. Okay, so is his father. He grew up in the software development business. He's not just what we call full stack developer. He's the whole engineer, guys. I mean, he's the guy that puts it all together. Now, you talk about Priceline.com. You talk about Booking.com. He created those. You talk about the Northwest Power Grid in the United States. He created that. This guy
in the UK.
Yeah, in the UK. This guy, I'm sorry, in the UK, sorry. This guy is the real deal. He's the guy that knows exactly what to do when it comes to the programming. The side that he was missing was the side that I do. And so when we teamed up, we had something that we knew we could make something happen. Now, along the road, we kind of got sidetracked and on a windy road because everybody wanted to add their own 2 cents. Well, guess what? Those 2 cents really weren't that effective because if they were that effective, we'd had a lot more people trading and playing. We let it run for 90 days and I finally told, Daniel, we got to pull the plug. We need to change and go back to your original idea because this idea is the best idea of all. It's clean, it's simple, there's no hair on it, there's going to be no SEC complaints or no FCA complaints, and there's no agency complaints. I don't want no alphabet agencies here unless they came to play. I want to have something that's crystal clean that will last for 10, 20 years, guys. And that's what we're building at Brink, okay? That is absolutely what we're building. I won't be involved in it if there's any shade to it. I won't. And, the guys that are on the board with us, Corey, Nick, Daniel, they all say the same thing. They all want the same thing. And that's what I want, guys. That you guys are going to love this when it's done. I promise you. It will be nice and clean. We are going to build actual funnels and marketing stuff inside the back office, okay? We're going to bring that all to you. So you're not going to have to go anywhere else. We want to keep people on Brink, okay? And that little bitty monthly fee, that'll cover all that stuff. And that's the beauty of this, okay? That's why we're saying it'll be $20 or less. It might even just be $10. We don't know. We just need to do the math to see what it takes to keep everything self-sustainable, to cover, the fees, the hosting, and so on and so forth. Because as we pack in more members, that takes more money. Like, guys, I paid $1,800 a month hosting. So a lot of people say to me, "Oh, hosting doesn't cost that much. You can just get it for $100." Well, I got bad news for you. That's based on traffic and how much volume you have. And that's what I can tell you is I want to bring volume. All right, guys, look, I'm feeling a little sick in my stomach. So you guys know, I'm actually battling appendicitis. I'm on some meds and sometimes they upset my stomach and they're hitting me right now. So Daniel, I'm going to let you guys complete and I'm going to go deal with this right now.
Thanks, man.
I'm about to get real sick, but guys, I hope you see what it is. I mean, this is for what it is, really in depth what it is, because this is a beautiful concept. It's a beautiful idea. I don't want to muck it up. I want to keep it as close to Daniel's original idea as possible and allow people to make money here, but do it in the right way, if that makes sense to everybody. All right, guys. Excellent. So anybody got any quick questions?
Thank you. Can I just say something real quick?
Yes.
Thank you, Ari and Daniel. You're so great. I have 3 friends on this call today, and I'm just passionate about this for several reasons. I've made a lot of money in crypto and I've lost, and I'm not a trader yet. But what I love about this is that there's nothing in the info space in crypto yet to really support people. And the fact that you've brought this in where people can feel comfortable because they're teaching their friends how to be within crypto while also bringing their marketing friends in to make some money. It's amazing because what's out there right now are a lot of scams and a lot of people that are shaking people down. And this is a project that I just see the vision with. I mean, you've got the reliable people who have a great background, and you have a program that is so widespread that you could really take in a million different directions, especially as influencers and that. So I've been trading for 18 hours now. I just finally got into the green. And I'm determined to spend time pre-launch to getting to the top to run my own tournaments because I just see the potential financially as well. But also, if I just take away from this the ability to trade safely, then I will be thrilled. So I'm very excited about this, and I think my friends should be excited too.
Well, here, this might make you very happy, Deanna, and it might make your friends very happy because look, I can tell you one thing. Out of the segment of the population of the world of the people who want to learn how to trade, that's not really a massive number. Okay. Yeah, you got a lot of people who want to trade Forex, want to trade crypto, but it's not a massive number. And here's the thing that I'll tell you. Okay. Everybody know the game Jeopardy. You guys remember Jeopardy? So imagine that you had an app on your phone that worked just like Jeopardy, where you could choose a category and you could actually play trivia in the same way and win credits. That's coming. That was the big thing for Daniel when Daniel and I were talking. I brought that up to him and I said, man, and then Daniel right on, he says, oh, there's this company that's already done something like that. He showed me and I was like, dude, that company unfortunately is not around anymore, which is great for us because it left a gap. I mean, they had like 1 million users and, you know, dude, trivia is popular. It's crazy popular. It will spread like wildfire, especially if you imagine we built a Facebook app where somebody actually got a chance to play the game for free on Facebook, just like you play games already on Facebook. And then at the end, it says to you, hey, download the app, you can play more and you could actually win real money. You know, like that would actually get everybody to sign up and it would come through your link. And you want to talk about going viral. You're going to go crazy viral. I mean, ask yourself, just think about this for a second. You pick up a newspaper anywhere in the world, anywhere. There's always some type of game, either crossword puzzles, you know, words hidden. There's always something like going on there, little trivia stuff going on. Why has that stuff been around for 50 plus years? Because people keep playing it. And the older generation, like, look, my wife and I were joking because we actually just got our parents brand new cell phones. It's their first cell phones ever with their own camera and everything. They've just ever had a flip phone. They just dial because out where they're at, they have a place where it's really in a no internet zone. So we actually helped them get the internet there. So now they got the phone so they can see their grandbaby. And guys, you know, like I can tell you right now, I don't care where you're at in the world. If you've got a phone, you have some type of game or something you enjoy doing on your phone. Now, I'm not a gamer, but I still have one or two. Okay. I don't sit around and play them. My wife, she'll sit around and play these little things all day long. I like the trivia stuff because I think it's like a learning thing for me. I like to learn. And so that trivia stuff is going to go wildfire, guys. I mean, if you guys ever seen Jeopardy, you already know what Jeopardy was. Alex Trebek got famous off Jeopardy. You know, like this is a really awesome deal. And I think once we turn that into an app, you know, you're going to have much more. Plus, there's more coming, Daniel. So why don't you come out and talk to them about what you're trying to do on the backside with Binance so they understand, because this is a big piece, guys. Like, look, our vision is not little. Okay. Our vision is not little for Brank. Our vision is massive. But we have to do this in small little bite size. And, you know, it's kind of like walking upstairs. You can't just jump upstairs. You got to take one at a time. So we're actually trying to go in the order to get everything onboarded in the right way so that we can turn this into a viral machine. And when we have the backbone and the framework and everything to really complete it. So talk about the other stuff that's happening with Binance, what's happening with BBC. Give them some insight, Daniel.
Okay, yeah. This is really interesting. This is a really good place to be in. So with Binance, what we're doing with Binance is we're building a live trading platform within Brank. I went to Binance and I said to them, I need to join your cloud software. They've got this white label that you can have, so you can turn Binance into Brank basically by just changing your logo on their website. They looked at my platform and they stepped back and they thought, hold on, you don't want to do that because you got something really good going on here, you know? You got something so special going on there. You need to keep everything within your platform. So they put me through to a brokerage team. So we're going to be using some broker API to trade real currencies. And those real currencies will be using the Binance engine to do it. So there'll be no crypto held within Brank itself. Everything is still going to be held within the Binance ecosystem, which is going to have security, integrity. You know, you've got all the backup of, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of insurance behind it, you know. So there's a lot to it, you know. But we'll tell you more about that when we get to that step. But in order to get there, we need to get FCA approved and SEC approved. Now, some of you in the crypto world and the MLM world would have been familiar with these keywords, you know. We need to do that regardless. This system's not going to be built without getting those approvals. So we're going to get those approvals, and then we're going to get that build done. And this could take up to 9 months. It could take up to 6 months. We don't know. They don't know. They fed back to me and they said to me, it could take a while to come back with it. But the point is, it's going to happen. It is going to happen. And guess what? When that happens, what's going to happen to the user base on Brank? It's going to multiply. Exactly. It's going up. It's going to go up. It's going to reach the moon. What's going to happen to the DeFi coin on Brank? It's going to go up. Why is it going to go up? Because people are having fun. People are enjoying the platform, you know? People are not here just to trade real currency and get bored and go, oh, I can't trade. I don't know how to trade. I mean, I'm in the Binance Telegram group, and the only thing you can hear in there is people losing money constantly. Why are they losing money? Because they didn't learn how to trade. Their friends told them to go buy a bit of TRX. TRX has gone down. They've now turned their $50 that they had into $40, and now they're like, what's the point in that? And they're like, I'm out of here. I need my money, you know? So the only thing they really talk about there is, oh, I lost the money, you know, I've got nothing to go into now, you know. And what we're doing with Binance is we're going to be dragging these people over into Brank. We're going to be dragging people over from this Binance chat into Brank, because we're going to partner with Binance to provide this reinforced learning process that people are having fun doing. I mean, take Andrew Jules, for example. He was 8th, 9th, maybe, depending on how many people in the tournament. Now he's 2nd place. Now he's 1st place. You know, these things are proven. It works. It's not like we're just making it up. You know, it actually works, which is amazing. And then we've got the BBC deal going on. Now, the BBC deal is just, it is huge. It is massive, you know. We're looking at distributing this out to 3,000 schools around England. 3,000 schools which they know would use the platform. There is 24,000 schools in England, and we're only targeting 3,000 of them at current. They'll be paying a license fee to use the platform. They wouldn't have tokens or credits. They'll be using it as it is. The credits will technically be points on the platform. And that's how kids work. Kids can't earn anything. It's a learning process. It's the mindset, you know? If you consider the background I have, I've come from a background of business. My dad's run several businesses. My uncle's run several businesses. You know, this is the environment that I've grown up into. If you take maybe the young kids living three houses down from my house, they wouldn't have the exposure to that environment. So this is what BBC do. BBC take all these different products from different people, and they introduce that to young children and students, and they give them the opportunity to understand the mindset. Cryptocurrencies and trading and investments is not just for Wall Street. It's not just for people with ties and white shirts and a suit jacket that costs $1,000. It can be for anyone.
Hey, Daniel, let me ask you a real quick question. If you ain't got your camera on, put it on real quick. I'm going to share everybody's screen real quick. If you don't have your camera on, turn it on. Turn them on. I'm not gonna pause right here and not let Daniel talk until your cameras are on. Everybody. Okay. There's a reason.
Ari's good at this. Ari's good at this.
Very big reason for this. Okay. How many people graduated high school here and felt like when they left high school, they had a life skill? They had something that would make them rich right out of high school. There better not be a damn hand in the air. Come on, man. Wisdom. You didn't graduate.
There we go.
But you didn't graduate high school, bro, and have a life skill that was going to make you rich. You didn't have that. And this is the thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to teach not just you guys, but we want to teach the younger generation so they graduate with a skill that will ensure they never need government assistance. They never need public assistance. They can always get money. That's our goal.
Yeah.
What's that tell you about people like that? That's huge, man. I mean, you know, he's not doing this for the money, guys. He's doing this to help the kids. And when Daniel came to me and told me this, I was like, man, that's awesome. And then he told me his buddy was connecting with BBC. I was like, it's even better. And like now, they're very interested in what we're doing. So I'm telling you guys, this is something that, you know, it's going to be around a long time. But you guys are just getting specs. There's a lot more stuff.
Let me tell you more about the BBC stuff, because this is amazing. So they've come back to me And a good friend of mine, Marvin, who I've known for quite a long time, I actually just realized that he works for BBC in the last month. I didn't know that at first. I introduced it to him because he used to work with children's and stuff, you know? So he goes, yeah, okay, I'll introduce it to them. But you know what? I've got a better thing for you, Dan. Let's get BBC involved. I was like, whoa, okay, this sounds good. I thought it's going to be unlikely, right? You know, it's BBC. Look how big they are. You know, they're not going to come back. And guess what they did the other day? They came back and they said, hey, Dan, let's build a prototype and let's get this out to a small group of children. Let's see what they think. It doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter what BBC think. It's about what the children think. Would the children be comfortable using a platform like that? Would they want to understand cryptocurrencies? And this is what we've got to have BBC involved. We also have national TV involved. They're looking at putting this on Click. Has anyone heard of BBC Click? I think the Andrew Jules must have, and a few others here from England. BBC Click is where they introduce new gadgets, new technology, new applications, new games that have come into the market. One of the most recent ones were, because we're in a pandemic, they're introducing interactive science labs for students to use. You know, that went huge, that went viral, that went massive. So can you just imagine what crypto would be like for children powered by Brank? Can you imagine how viral that would go? Like, holy crap, look what these guys have built, you know? It's going out to the world. Because BBC is international as well. Everyone knows what BBC News is. If you don't know what BBC is, BBC News is what you know. And you've seen that on Facebook. You've seen it many times. BBC are the boys who charge the UK residents by law TV license. You have to pay it by law to the BBC. They are royal chartered and have honours by the Queen. So they're going places. You know, they got presence. They're amazing. So yeah, those are the two major things that I'm looking forward to, you know, and getting done and out of the way. So I think Sabrina had a question about credits and tokens. So when you're playing a tournament, okay, you have credits that you earn and you have tokens that you buy in with. Well, what does this mean? Well, if the price goes up, the tokens are a fixed price. So you can buy tokens all the time for the same price. You'll never see the price change. And if they ever do, it'll be a lower price than it is now. So it's never going to go up. What you have on the credit side is you have the elusive credits that always go up in price. When credits go up in price and you're playing a one token tournament, for example, you'll realize that there's less credits in that tournament. Right now, I think it's 3.7 credits per token. As the credit value goes up, that will decrease. So you'll end up having, you know, one token is equal to two. One token is equal to 2 credits. And then you'll have one token is equal to 1 credit. You know, so the ratio keeps going. Imagine when a credit reaches $100. You know, this is extremely important. So right now, you guys have the opportunity to earn as many credits as possible. And I would make the most of that. Otherwise, it'll be back in 2012 where you missed out on the Bitcoin run, right? Where we should have bought a truckload scenario, you know? So that's Brank. That's where we're going. That's where we're heading. All these amazing things that we're putting in place. I think you guys are going to love it. Is there any more questions?
I want to say one thing, Daniel, to wrap this
up. Yeah, go for it.
Before we get to the questions. And this is this, guys. Everything you heard tonight, I have to tell you, is subject to change. And here's why. If we're going to do this deal with Binance, they put steps on us. We got to get SEC registered. We got to get registered with the FCC, or we got to get, a notice basically saying we're exempt. So the reality is, for that to happen, everything in this platform has to be absolutely perfect and squeaky clean in accordance with all laws. So if we get into something with the attorney says you got to change, you have to understand that's why we're making changes. We want this to be crystal clean because we want this to last. You know, like this is not something, guys, like this is our baby at this point. And, you know, it takes time when you're raising a child, the same time it does when you're building a company. We want the company to be perfect. So bear with us as we get it perfect. And I promise you, you guys won't ever have to worry about going anywhere. This deal will stand and it'll stand forever. Okay. Okay. So who's got questions? Daniel, here's what I'm going to do, because I think I'm going to get sick of my stomach and I'm damn sure not doing it on video. I'm going to exit this real quick. I'm going to let you do the Q&As. I made you the host already. Guys, I want to tell each and every one of you so much. Thank you for showing up and being here. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to us when you bring a few friends, because that's how we want to grow. Like, we want to grow organically. You know, we want to grow the right way. Doesn't mean we won't buy some ads, but in the very beginning, we want to grow organically, because I feel like the network that we build organically ends up becoming much closer than people that arrive by advertising, if that makes sense. Because a lot of us have relationships with people that we already know, and it makes it much easier for us to get to know each other already. So I hope you guys understand that. I'm looking forward, you know, guys, to what's coming. And next week, you know, we should have a lot more progress. We'll give you guys an update again, and we'll be working on the presentation, because, you know, again, he just put that together on Canva real quick, so we had something for today. But guys, I'll tell you, you know, the look, the color scheme, I like it. We'll just be making it perfect. We're going to be expanding on it. It'll probably end up being around 30 slides, probably take about 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes, where we can really give you the meat and potatoes and we can show you everything. And as we complete a page, we'll be swapping images out so you can see the exact page. So it's all perfect the way that it is. I do want to give a shout out real quick to Corey and to Nicholas and anybody else that's been helping with the tournaments, guys, because they have done a great job. So please do me a favor before I exit this call, unmute yourself and give them guys a round of applause. Okay. Appreciate you guys. Okay. Really appreciate everybody and their effort. Okay. Means a lot to us. So you guys have a good night. I'm gonna leave you with Daniel and Nick. You guys are in good hands. And Corey, by the way, he's here. And if you guys need me, just shoot me a message on Facebook. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little sick. I'm a little red in the face, if you guys can't tell. And my jaws are actually a little swollen because these meds, man, it just gives me so much acid in my stomach. You guys have a great night.